Hey, Shawanda. How you doing? Thank you for saying hello. I'm a little bit early today. I just got done working out, so I'm actually cooling down for real for my workout. So depending on how long I'm on here, I may or may not come back on this evening. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you for always saying hello. So I'm about to cool down. I'm finishing up. I'm doing good today. How are you? Doing good. Doing good. Girl, about to when I jump off of here, go outside and pay some bills. Girl, today is pay bill day. It's pay bill day. Those monthly bills roll around so fast. I think sometimes they get slick with it. It's not always 30 days. It's not always 30 days. I think they roll around a little bit sooner than that. Oh, for real. I really do, Shawanda. I think those bills. And then when you call them and complain, like, isn't this like 5 days early? Isn't this like, maybe 3 to 5 days early? They got all kinds of excuses. It's early because of this. It's early because of that. Well, I'm like, okay, if it's early because of this and that, then maybe I can pay it like 3 to 5 days later. 3 to 5 days later because of that. But happy Thursday to everybody. Happy Thursday, Shawanda. If you're watching or passing through, happy Thursday to you. I hope you've had a great week so far. Hope that you're having a great Thursday. What's on your mind? It's Thankful Thursday, Thoughtful Thursday. What's on your mind? What's on your mind? What's on your mind? I'm on here cooling down. Y'all know how my cool downs go. Like an hour. But I'm going to try to keep this to a true cool down. Maybe 30 minutes. Maybe 30 minutes. Cool down is technically like 5. 3 to 5. But it gives me a chance to come on here and go live and network and have a conversation with like-minded people. Good vibes, good attitude. And if that ain't what you own, that option says scroll. They don't even put it on the screen. You just have it. It's like the freest option available. But if you want to use your other options to come in here and chit chat and have a good time, respect others' opinions and thoughts and views, then you have that option too. That option is a great option. If you are a leader, not a follower, say what you feel, say what you like, say what you dislike, say what you do. Give us some nuggets. Let us know what works for you in whatever area of your life there it is. Let us know what works for you. And hopefully you'll get some nuggets out of the chat for what works for other people. As you guys see, you see my legs moving. I encourage each and every one of you guys to move for at least 30 minutes each day out of the week. Nothing wrong with 7 days, okay? But at least strive for 5. Strive for 5. That way, if you miss a day or two, you've at least worked out 3 days. Cardiovascular activity, some type of cardiovascular activity. I also encourage strength training because the stronger you are, the longer you can, perform your cardiovascular exercises, right? Right. Look that up, okay? Anything you hear on YouTube or any other social media platform, research it, look it up, find out for yourself. Then speak with your doctor, okay? Speak with your healthcare primary provider, okay? Be it your doctor, nurse practitioner, physician's assistant, physical therapist, occupational therapist, dietitian, nutritionist, or specialty doctor, okay? They all form a circle around you. They are an atom, and you are the nucleus of that atom. So whatever you're doing, if it hurts, slow down. Stop. Whatever you need to do, okay? Modify. Modification is key, okay? Moderation and modification are keys to success, and they're keys to wealth and health. I recommend 30 minutes, but hey, you know what your fitness level is. Some people have to do 10 to 15, okay? 10 to 15. Whatever your doctor and you come into agreement about, that's what you do. You take things off of social media and you use those as points to research. That's what you use those as research points, research bullets, research places to start, okay? Anything I do or say is for informational purposes only, entertainment purposes only. Things that work for me may not work for you. Things that work for you may not work for me. Right? But we would be amiss, we would be wrong, point blank period, wrong, to suggest to you to do anything that we aren't willing to do. But to also to notify you that doing so, whatever we do, you do so at your own risk, okay? Personalized, professional, certified disclaimer. Okay? We do not clinically, medically, officially, technically, all right, assess, diagnose, treat, or evaluate anything related to your health or mental well-being. We just drop nuggets of encouragement. And hopefully some of those nuggets, you can take them, research them, and they can work for you or someone you know and love. So as we're on this elliptical, we're on Ellie, the elliptical today. My best friend, she doesn't lie unless her battery is weak, okay? So therefore, I always make sure that the batteries are straight. She doesn't lie. And check your batteries. That's on anything, y'all. Check your batteries. Just because something is working doesn't mean you don't need to check your batteries, okay? When there's a storm or hurricane, tornado, you don't want to have something that's working, and then when it stops working and you go to replace the batteries, there's acid everywhere. There's acid everywhere. The batteries have leaked. Though they may be working, they just haven't gone out yet, right? And then you go in to change them because something, you really need them. Or they finally go out, and you know when they're going to go out. During that storm, that thunderstorm, tornado, hurricane. And then there's acid everywhere. And as soon as you take those out to replace them with the new ones, they may or may not work. Not because the batteries are gone bad, but because the attachments have rusted out. Okay? So check your batteries on your workout equipment, your flashlights, whatever it is that you use batteries for. Always check them, even when your items are working. We want to work our bodies as well. Work our bodies, work our bodies. Make sure we don't hurt our bodies. So we're kind of slowing down, and eventually we'll get into our cool down. It's so hot. So y'all know I turn the light off sometimes, because I've been working out for like over an hour. We get on Ellie last, first and last. We do Ellie first, warm up first, cool down last. But before we do anything, we what? We stretch. We stretch adequately, efficiently, and with the correct form. We want to do everything with correct form. Before you do anything, look it up, Google it, see what correct form is. Sometimes we switch it up. Not quite cooling down. Yes, so we can switch it up and go fast, right? Power, 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 faster, faster, faster. Then we can slow it down. You want to trick your body. Trick your body and work your body. Hopefully, you have less chance of, of plateauing. We're going to plateau at some point anyway. You're going to plateau. And when you plateau, that just means you're not seeing any progress. And that just means you need to switch it up a little bit. Change what you're doing. Change what you're doing when working out. Change what you're doing when working out. Because we want to always see progress. Or at least maintain. Maintain. Seem like you're not maintaining, you don't see progress, switch it up. Switch it up. When you're working those muscles, getting in that strength training, using your weights, give yourself a break in between. If you're upper body Monday, make sure you're upper body Wednesday. Lower body Tuesday, make sure you're lower body Thursday. Go back to upper body on Friday, right? You work out 6 days a week. Just alternate. Giving each muscle group a chance to rest on the opposite day. Some people only need to work out 3 times a week when it comes to weight training, strength training. They give themselves 2 days of rest. So it just works out that way. Whichever works for you. There are many, many ways of doing things. Many, many ways of getting cardiovascular fitness in, activities in, right? Walking, which we do almost every day over here in Lions Pride. We walk and we talk, right? If you can walk and talk, you're doing great. If you can't talk while you're walking, or if you get winded or overly winded, because you're going to get a little bit winded, okay? You're walking and you're talking. If you get overly winded, slow down and or stop. Stop talking, right? Stop talking, because the most important part is the walking, right? The most important part is the walking. So stop talking. If you want to talk and stop walking, hey, it's up to you. But the mouth isn't going to get that cardiovascular activity in the way that the legs will, okay? And use those hips. When you're walking, use those hips. Make sure you use those hips when you're walking. It will help to boost those hips, and it will help to keep pressure off of those lower joints beneath the hips, below the hips. Use your hips. Make sure you use your hips. I don't mean go out there and, that's not using your hips. We mean squeeze those hips and walk. It helps to take the pressure off of those knees. Squeeze those hips. I'm sure y'all will hear that again from somebody across the street, down the street, up the street, next door. I'm sure you will. And they haven't said it before today, but I'm sure you'll hear it again. But just move. Most importantly, through it all, move. Move consistently and be persistent about it. At least 30 minutes. If you can't, that's fine. Your starting point may be a little bit lower than that, and that's fine, because you want to make sure that what you're doing is working. All right? You don't want to tire yourself out. If you tire yourself out, you're not going to want to do it the next day. All right? So the ellipticals are a little bit easier, they say, on the joints. But I think using the muscles that support your back and your knees and your hips, those buttocks muscles, those glutes, get those things strong. Okay, help your lower back and help your knees. And I'm not just saying something that I heard someone else say, okay? And I'm not trying to just reword something either. A lot of times people feel called out when you say, don't say what you hear somebody else say, and they try to reword it. And because they don't have the knowledge about it, when they reword it, it sounds weird. It sounds strange. It sounds like they're uninformed, that they're just repeating or trying to switch something up that they heard. Do your own research. The .orgs, the .edus, the .govs are your best sources. Okay, do your research. There are a lot of good places that'll go into more detail on YouTube and other social media platforms as well. But when you get that knowledge, you get those nuggets, do your research, and talk to your primary healthcare provider. Okay? Talk to them. And make sure that they're on the same page. All of your doctors, whether it's your general practitioner, your nurse practitioner, physician's assistant, your specialty doctor, talk to them. Make sure that they're all on the same page about what you're doing. Okay? One may want you to do something, and the other may say, no, I don't think that he or she is quite ready. So make sure that they're all on the same page. Communication is key. Communication is key. Moderation is key. Right? A lot of things are key to making sure that you're doing things in the best way possible. If you've done all you can to make sure you're doing things the best way possible, hey, that's good. You just You adjust as need be. Sometimes we're doing things and the information, the education changes. So some of us, we have to get education every year, some of us every 2 years, okay, to keep up our certifications, to keep up our knowledge. Sometimes even in science, things that worked before don't work now, okay? Things that we didn't work before, we didn't think worked before, we find that they absolutely do work now, okay? So most people aren't trying to research things like that unless they're just really, really, really into exercise and fitness, or unless they have been professionally, clinically licensed, trained and licensed. Because we have to. We have to in order to maintain those certifications and those licensures. We have to. So it's been 17 minutes. Like I said, I'm usually not doing the typical cool down when I'm on my live. But maybe we can get to 20 minutes. Always think in increments. When you want to do something a little bit longer, you start out walking, you're doing 10 minutes. Start thinking about something. Once you hit that 10-minute mark, don't be so ready to stop unless you need to. Unless you're exhausted and you really need to. Start thinking about something else, right? I love being outside so I can listen to the birds, right? Late in the evening, listen to the cicadas, right? Listen to the birds, watch the squirrels, watch the chipmunks, watch anything. Look at the dogs, listen to the dogs bark, right? Just checking out the nature. You don't have to be in one of the 7 great wonders of the world to experience the nature, right? To experience it and to appreciate it. Next thing you know, you've gone 13 minutes, right? You only need 2 more. You only need 2 more. Get it done. Get it done. That's a good way of increasing yourself from 10 minutes to 15. The next week, try and go from 15 to 20. Think of it as 5-minute increments, okay? 5-minute increments. And hopefully that will help you to increase whatever activity that you're doing. And if you find that it starts to get easier, what does that mean? You've had an increase in stamina, endurance, okay? You're doing what it requires to maintain good fitness and hopefully good health. Don't think that exercise will cure everything or prevent everything, okay? But it does go a long way in helping you to get better when you have those bugs sometimes, right? To get better, to feel better, and to stave off some things. Some things won't, some things are hereditary. And even if they're hereditary, hopefully if you have a good exercise plan, routine, regimen, maybe it won't prevent it, but maybe it'll keep the numbers not as high. You have hypertension, high blood pressure. Maybe you're on a medication or 2. The doctor says try some exercising. Maybe you won't don't expect to come off your medicine within a week. Okay? It's going to take some time and commitment, consistency, and being persistent about it. Hopefully you'll be able to come off soon. Okay? And maybe you won't ever be able to come off. But maybe they'll be able to decrease the dosage, which means you're getting less of that medicine in your body. Okay? Because the workout is doing the other half. Maybe they'll be able to cut it down some. So don't be discouraged when you exercise and you're still having to take your blood pressure medicine. Okay? You're still having to take your glucose medicine. Your cholesterol medicine. Don't be discouraged. Because you have to think about it. You haven't been doing that until maybe those numbers get out of whack. And that's the thing about it. A lot of people don't get into fitness until they see that the doctor wants to put them on a medication, right? That's okay. Better sometimes than never, okay? But they don't think about that until the doctor says, hey, take this. Because most people don't like to take medicine. But so you're like, I'll exercise. You. If you're not going to be consistent about exercising, go ahead and do what the doctor wants you to do. Come to your agreement. You guys make your plan. And then exercise anyway, because that's what you need to do anyway. Okay? Even when you're completely healthy or don't need anything. Maybe in a few weeks to a few months, maybe a year or so. Hopefully that exercise will start to pay off. And again, the dosage of that medication can decrease, which will mean you will be getting less in your system. Because the workout, the exercising is doing, say they may cut it in half or cut it, take a quarter off. Okay? The exercise is working, but you still need the medication. That's okay. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. It'll help prevent hopefully other things. And then maybe after a while, the medication can be cut in half. Maybe you can come off of one pill. You just never know. That is the hope, and I'm sure that that would be the goal. But if you know you're not going to be consistent with exercise, be honest with yourself and do what the doctor orders, okay? And then maybe you will start to exercise. Maybe you will start to eat better, because it's not just about exercising, right? Half of it is in what we eat, what we take in. Okay, and we all have our vices. Some people love to eat junk food. I love chocolate chip anything, right? Chocolate chip cookies, chocolate chip ice cream. I love it. Chocolate chip anything. Cookies, as long as it's cooked right, and as long as it has the, you know, the right type of chocolate. All milk chocolate isn't good. Depends on the brand, depends on, you know, a lot of things. All dark chocolate doesn't taste good. They say that dark chocolate is better for you, you know, but that's just like all oatmeal cookies aren't good. If you love oatmeal cookies, every oatmeal cookie that you taste might not be up to par, right? So we all have our vices. Just try to eat better, you know. You don't have to become a whatever. Just try to eat better. If you want to become vegan, vegetarian, and all that stuff, you want to try the carnivore diet, talk to your doctor about that, or do whatever it is you choose to do. Because no one can really make you do anything. But usually diets are temporary, they're trendy, and they're trending. And some will help you get to a certain goal. But once you get there, depending on the diet especially, you need to just learn to eat better. Not really stick to that diet. Just learn to have a better eating habit. Eat better things in general. Because I'm telling you, people don't like to take medicine, but diets are constricting. Diets are really constricting. So just try to learn to eat better. Just try to learn to eat better. Have a better overall diet. Have a better overall diet. It's almost 30. If I do 30, then I'll probably come back this evening to do our walk and talk this evening. But if not, this might just do it, okay? 30 minutes to an hour, maybe 2 is good. But people, I have things to do. Like, I don't see how people do it. There are things to be doing. And yes, you can multitask. But sometimes, don't you want to just get some me time? Some me time? If you work, you're spending time making sure that your kids are straight, homework is okay, and you're on here for 3, 4, 5. I don't see how they do it. And a lot of people do it every day. But I guess a lot of people just incorporate it into their home life. So I guess that's one way. I guess that's one way. Let's see. Turn the light back on. Turn the light back on. Turn the light back on. I'm almost finished now, so we can turn the light back on. Do a good deed today, too. If you come across this video, if you come across this replay, which will then be a video, but if you catch this live and you just pass through, I hope you're passing through right now. I hope you catch this part where I say, do something good for somebody today. It doesn't have to be expensively good, but just do something good. It could be buy someone a meal, right? It could be a homeless person. It could be a person who's not homeless, but maybe down on their luck financially. It could be a coworker who says that they forgot their card. And your cafeteria only takes cards. Swipe that card and buy your coworker something to eat. Hopefully they will do the same for you. If a day comes where you don't have your card and you're hungry and you need to eat, right? Take something to the homeless shelter, right? Take something to Goodwill. Let me tell you the thing about Goodwill. A lot of times people don't like to donate to Goodwill because Goodwill takes those things most of the times and they sell those items. And a lot of times people are giving to Goodwill from the heart, and they just want to give to somebody. They don't really know anybody to give to who could use it. They want to be free about it. They want to give it freely. So I'm just going to tell you, most of the times Goodwill, they're going to sell stuff that's donated. If it's in any type of good shape, they're going to sell it. And it's not just Goodwill. It's other places too. They sell things. I don't know if they sell everything that people bring. Some of the things they may acquire from other places, other resources, other companies, other businesses. But if you want to make sure that what you're donating is given to someone for free, make sure you do the research to find out what organizations in your area receive donations, and they make sure that they give out those donations or hand out those donations for free. For free. So we're still cooling down. Did we ever really officially start to cool down? I think it was just the wind down. Y'all know I do a wind down. When I'm on Ellie, we wind down and then we go into a cool down. So we're just going to keep winding down for about 3 minutes, and then we're going to cool down. We're going to cool down. Hi, Betty. Happy retirement days. How are you? Happy Thursday to you. Hope you're doing well on this thoughtful, thankful Thursday. If you're at work, I hope work is going well. And if you are at work, if you work a 5-day week, you got one more full shift. One more full shift. One more full shift to go. I don't know, Ellie was kind of quiet earlier, unless I just wasn't paying any attention. But Ellie, I'm about to get off of you. I'm going to cool down. We got like a minute and a half to go for this wind down. We're winding down right now. And this might end up being our Let's Walk and Talk for today, okay? If it cools down like it's been doing for the past week or two, I might do this again. We might come back outside. We might come back outside. Y'all know I love to go outside. So you want to move those arms, move those legs, lubricate those joints. The more you move, the more joint lubrication you will receive, okay? Even if you have certain types of arthritis, okay? Do what your physical therapist has taught you to do, what your doctor has said is okay to do, and move those joints, all right? The fingers, the smallest joints need work, the fingers. Some people hold their phones and they wonder why their fingers are hurting, and it takes a minute to click with them because you're probably on the computer a lot, on the phone, thumb typing, fighting, whatever you're doing. You know you're working it. Or are you stretching it? Are you giving it rest? Sometimes they need rest. Okay? Work those wrists, those elbows, those shoulders, shoulder circles, shoulder circles. Stretch and bend those hip flexors, those knees, those ankles, those toes. Just go from head to toe or toe to head, whichever way is most comfortable for you. Okay, it's been 30 minutes. We can go really, really slow now. We want to do that cool down to get the heart rate down, right? Let's get that heart rate down. Get the heart rate down. Back down to normal. There's this thing called maximum heart rate. You should use your age. There are different formulas you can use to figure that out. Use your age to figure out what your maximum heart rate should be, okay? And then once you figure out what your maximum heart rate should be, there's this other thing called target heart rate. That target heart rate is the rate you should be going if you want to focus on losing weight. Okay, losing weight. So there are a lot of formulas online for that. Take your age, take one of those formulas and figure out what it is for you. Okay? And let your doctor know about that. Hey, bro. Hey, my chef find his wine. Hey, them legs just make... Oh, chef. Just make sure P. Diddy don't see them legs, okay? Okay, bro. Look, they say he likes hard legs, allegedly. I don't know, but chef, I don't know. I think P. Diddy is just all over the place. My legs may not be what he wants. Chef, I don't know. My legs may not be what he wants. He might want, I ain't got nothing against him, but he'll hurt my feelings. Chef, he'll hurt my feelings. He'll be ready to put some baby. Chef, he might hurt my feelings. Shoot, I think he takes all legs. He does not discriminate. All legs welcome. I know that's right, Chef. Oh, that baby, look, he should have just bought out Johnson & Johnson's, okay? At least the baby oil division, the baby oil department. Chef, oh my God, I didn't think about that. You know how many people are probably wishing they're probably thinking oh man, that would have been a money maker right there. Man, oh my gosh, he messed up. He messed up. You know how many health and beauty aid companies are thinking right now? How much of a money maker that could have been had he not been exposed for what he's exposed for? Allegedly exposed for. Well, look, it's some alleged we don't have to use, okay? Because we saw the 14-page document. Okay. So we still going to put the word allegedly in there. But we saw the 14-page document. And I guess we still got to say allegedly because he hasn't been convicted, right? So we're going to leave allegedly in there. Because you got some people that's just, whew, they done found old Diddy guilty and sentenced him and everything. They have found him guilty and sentenced him and everything. Now, you may believe that he's guilty, but we got to throw in that allegedly until he's been convicted. Man, oh man, he was a money-making machine. That clothing line, those expensive suits. I don't know whatever happened with that. I guess eventually that just kind of tanked, or maybe he sold it. I don't know. I mean, underwear. Let me tell you something, Chef. I saw some of his underwear. These people still making money off Diddy. I saw his underwear at dirt cheap. I saw his underwear at dirt cheap. Child, I'm waiting on the trial because so many people about to get exposed. It's like, wow. Oh, what you talking about, Chef? Did you hear that prosecutor said that more arrests, he's not ruling out the fact that more arrests may be made. Look, let me tell you something. When a man is willing to put up his house and his mama's house, that man gonna tell on somebody, okay? He gonna tell on somebody. He may not tell on certain somebodies, but he's gonna tell on somebody. It's gonna be like Nino Brown. It's gonna be like Nino Brown. It's gonna be like Nino Brown. Nino Brown know he was wrong. All these years, Nino Brown know he was wrong. I still say he was wrong. He know the people he was in there busting on was doing that stuff because they were scared of him. He picked you out and said, hey, I want you to be my financial representation. I want you to be my financial advisor. How could you say no to Nino Brown? I want you to cook these books. How can you say no to Nino Brown? How can you say no to Nino Brown? Nino got in court and started calling out. I'm like, Nino, wrong for that. You wrong for that, man. I think that's gonna P. Diddy gonna look. I don't know if he ever wanted to play Nino Brown, but he may be the true Nino Brown. Okay, he may end up being the true Nino Brown out here. R. Kelly, to my knowledge, R. Kelly didn't roll on anybody that we know of yet, cause it was some more involved with that. So he didn't roll on anybody yet. But P. Diddy, that man's willing to put up his house and his mom's house well into the millions and millions of dollars. Oh yeah. Some arrests gonna be made. See, he trying to keep it cute right now because what his lawyer said that how can it be SA when they were grown as consenting adults? Well, that's true. But a lot of them were under the what? Influence. And they're going to even stand on that consenting thing then, because they're going to be like, you know, people know what they were taking. They know what they were drinking. They know what they were taking in. But see, all those people did it. All those people did it. So the next thing is going to be, well, once you got that reputation, because rumors fly, why would you attend such an event? Why would you even go? So I don't think they're going to be, I think some people are surprised now about the number of counts. They think there should be a lot more. But I think some of that consenting adult thing and being of age and being able to make up your mind, I think some of that may be beneficial to him. To a degree, I think some of that may be beneficial to his case. Because I'm going to say this, there has always been rumors. So if you go and you knew about those rumors, you know, they're going to ask, if you knew, why did you attend? Why did you participate? Why? You knew he had a reputation for this. So some people, they're going to use their stuff. But some people, I don't know. It's going to be amazing to see. It's going to be amazing to see who gets them a little bit of money. Because, you know, that's going to be the main goal for those people that they talk to. They're not just going to want to send him to jail. They're going to want some cash, some moolah, some ching-ching, some bank. They're going to want that. They're going to want that. 26 minutes. If I stay on here 26 minutes, I won't have to come outside. I won't have to come outside and do our Let's Walk and Talk outside today. I can do it tomorrow. I can do it tomorrow. But yeah, I think that defense is going to work to his benefit. They were consenting adults. And only so many adults are going to get by with saying they didn't know what was going to happen. Because those rumors, and it's been known in the industry for years what happens. So if you went, so some people are going to, you know, be able to get them a little change from that. But some people, that's not going to work for everybody. Because after a year or two of knowing that stuff was going on and you still went to those parties, the judge ain't going to side with all of them. JCZ, hey Jill. Jill says, hey Lines Pride in chat. Hey Jill, happy Thursday, happy thoughtful Thursday, happy thankful Thursday. Some people may say it's a thirsty Thursday. But we're on here, on Ellie. We're inside today because I might not come outside this evening. And I don't know, I just might. I got a couple of things to do. And I might come back outside. It doesn't matter to me if it's daylight or dark. D or D. We got to get it done. Just got done working out. Came on here to wind down and to cool down. My brochure finance wine came through. We're touching on the P of the D-I-D-D-Y. Hey, I'm here listening and working. Hope you're having a good day at work. Yes, thankful Thursday. Look, if you work that 5-day work week, like I told Betty from Retirement Days, you got one more day. Maybe an hour or two left and one more day before the weekend. And you're out of there until Monday. You're out of there until Monday. Out of there until Monday. So yes, guys, remember, if your fingers are achy, they feel stiff, we're on the phones too much, okay? We're typing a lot, okay? You know, the carpal tunnel was always kind of one of the first things they looked at when you went in there with finger issues, right? Those joints are stiff. Give it a break. Give it a rest. Do those hand exercises that I use with my ball and I show you guys sometimes. Check out the shorts table. On the shorts table, you'll find a plethora of things. I'm a variety shorts channel, okay? You'll find animal shorts. You'll find exercise shorts. You'll find food shorts. You'll find shorts that just may be about anything, okay? But check out the ones where I use the ball. Use those balls. You can go to your doctor's office. Sometimes they have them in there for free. Put down that phone, okay? Put down that phone. Hairdressers, take a vacation. Let your fingers get some rest. Sometimes they need rest, and that's it, okay? You type a lot at work, and you use your phone, and you're on your computer, and you're on your laptop. Give those fingers a rest. Give those hands a rest. Work those wrists. Do those wrist circles. You can do them sitting in the car, at the light waiting. Get those wrists. Stretch those forearms. Stretch those forearms. Just do this. Elbow curls, arm curls. At the elbow, get that synovial fluid moving. Even if you have certain types of arthritis, the more you move your joints in a healthy way, Check with your physical therapist and your primary health care provider to make sure you're doing it the right way, right form, right structure is crucial. Are crucial. They're both crucial. Okay? Move those shoulders. Do those circles with those shoulders. Okay? Think that way. Twist, twist, twist if you can. Stretch, slowly go down. Work those hip flexors. Stretch, stretch. Go into those knees. Those knees, I'm telling you, okay? Then go on down into those, what? Those ankles. Those, act like you're drawing a circle with your big toe. Work those ankles, okay? Then go into those toes, just like you did those fingers. You want to work those toes, all right? Make sure, especially if you have osteoarthritis, rheumatoid, there are many different types of arthritis, okay? So just make sure you want to start at the level that's good for you and your condition. Check with your primary healthcare provider, okay? Your specialty doctors. You know, make sure that they all know what you're doing, that they're all on one page, one accord. I tell you all the time, they form a circle. They lock arm in arm. They form a circle around you. You are the nucleus of that atom. All right? So they need to be on the same page. Communication is key, right? You may be doing one thing one way because your general doctor says it's fine, but you may have a specialty doctor that says, no, pump your brakes. Modify it. Don't do it that way. Do it this way. Or don't do it at all. Or do this instead. Okay? So make sure that they're on the same team. Let all of your doctors know what type of workout plan, routine, regimen that you are on, that you plan to start. And they can help you. They can help you. Your fitness coach, your weight training coach, those occupational therapists, those physical therapists, those dietitians, those nutritionists, they can help you. All right? Everything isn't for everybody. And that's why I always, and I have always, and I always will, put out my personalized, personal, professional disclaimer. YouTube is not a school. We don't get certificates, licenses, and certifications from there, but we do get them from our state. So we have to be careful of the information that we're disseminating to the masses. You may see 2 people in this chat, but you never know who will see this video, right? So don't just listen to what you hear other YouTubers say. Do your research. They're dropping nuggets. We're dropping nuggets. People drop nuggets in the chat that I pick up all the time. I see other content creators drop nuggets, but I still get those nuggets and I go and research them first. And if something really, really important to me, then I take it to my primary care provider, right? So that's what I want you guys to do. I want you to work your body, make sure you don't hurt your body. Strive for 5, all right? Strive for 5. You can't get 5 done, that way at least you'll hit 2 or 3. It's whatever works for you. Do that strength training, okay? It doesn't have to be heavy weights, light weights, because think about it. The stronger you are, the more toned you are, the stronger you are, the longer you can do your cardiovascular activities, right? Because your muscles are strong. They're strong. So if you want to walk a little bit extra, you know. So working on that strength can also help you with your cardiovascular endurance, your cardiovascular, all that health. It can help you with that. It'll all tie in together, okay? What does Jill say? I said I missed something. I know we about cool down. Jill says, okay, I saw that part. Thankful Thursday. Yes. It's been busy as heck these few weeks. I've been coming home and be ready for bed. You be ready for bed, Jill? I don't blame you. Girl, I walked twice on Tuesday, once in the morning and then again in the evening. I am feeling it today. You're feeling it, Jill? That's okay. Stretch. Make sure that you stretch before and after. You're still going to feel it. But just make sure that you get your stretching in. Stretch before and after. And if you need to stop in the middle, stretch in the middle. Stretch in the middle. Stretch in the middle. Yes, that's my next step. What's your next step? I missed it. Let me see. It's probably something I said. I don't know. You know I be talking. I be trying to stay on. I be trying to stop. You know when I'm outside, I'm trying to watch my surroundings. Sometimes I catch what's said and sometimes I miss it. Or you guys will respond to me and I forgot what you responded to. Or got to figure out what you responded to. Oh, building up your muscles. Yes. The more muscle you have. Look, the more muscle is, let me tell you, muscle is great. Muscle burns more calories than fat. Okay? And though muscle is heavier than fat, don't be discouraged when you're on a weight loss journey and it seems like maybe you picked up a pound or 2. Look at those arms. Look at those legs. Look at the abs. Are you more toned? Did you lose inches around the waist? So you may be a pound or 2 or 3 heavier. But it may be because you're starting to replace some of that fat with muscle, and muscle is heavier than fat, okay? A pound of muscle and a pound of fat are both a pound, but they will feel, they feel heavier. They feel heavier. Fat is just blah, okay? It's there, it's a pound, but muscle is heavier. So make sure that those inches, check the waist, check those thighs, check the arms. Make sure that the inches are looking good. Make sure that you're looking toned. You don't even have to measure. If you see that you're looking more toned, as long as you're not gaining a significant amount of weight, and you see that you're looking more toned, that's the goal. That's the goal. Muscle burns more calories than fat will ever burn. Okay? So yeah, women, we don't want to look like the Incredible Hulk. Though some women look a little hulkish and they look nice, okay? They look nice. Especially if they have that nice womanly figure anyway, and then they got it toned. They look nice. Okay? You want those shoulders to look good. You want those triceps and biceps to look good. So when you work those biceps, make sure you work the triceps. You don't want to be one way. You don't want to neglect the other side, right? If you work the biceps, work the triceps. If you work the triceps, work the biceps. If you work the quads, work the hamstrings. If you work the hamstrings, you want to work the quads. You want it to look even, okay? You want it to look even. Doing some light weightlifting. Building up my muscle, doing some light weightlifting. That sounds good. You got to start. That's how you start. And sometimes that's all you need. Depending on your goal, depending on what you want to do, sometimes that's all you need. But it is a great start. It is a great start. So you got to stretch. Like I tell y'all know how I am over here. I always relate something to something else, right? My warm-up is my appetizer. My workout is my entree. My cool-down is my dessert. Usually I have 2 desserts. And we all love a little sweets. Well, I won't say all. Some people don't like sweets. I got a couple of brothers, they don't like sweets. But for me, I love chocolate chip, mint chocolate chip, regular chocolate chip ice cream. You give me that and I'm straight. Okay? A good, nice chocolate chip cookie, I'm straight. Y'all be seeing the shorts. Now, most of the stuff you see, just like the other day when I had those, what was it? Neck bones? I ain't eating all that pork. But it's a couple of people in the house that like this stuff, okay? So that's a perfect opportunity for me to fix a plate and use a short. Now, I will take a nibble off of it sometimes, or if I don't have, I will throw some bacon in my collard greens. I will eat some bacon from time to time, but once you start to train your taste buds, if this makes sense to you, think about it. Train your taste buds. You can train your taste buds to things that may not be really appetizing to you or tasty to you, but you know that they're beneficial, they have some type of health benefit, and you really would like to eat them. You can train your taste buds to start receiving those things that you really usually wouldn't eat. And on the flip side of that, you can train your taste buds to minimize the amount of sweets that you eat. Minimize the amount of sweets that you eat. I had a professor to tell me a long time ago, if you love chocolate chip cookies, don't go to that store and buy a pack of Chips Ahoy cookies and sit your butt down and eat 5. Hold that cookie in your mouth for a little bit. Savor the flavor. That's what's turning you on. That's what you like. You like the flavor. Hold that cookie in your mouth. Some of us, we grab a cookie, we chomp into it, we bite it, and we chomp, we swallow. We bite, we chomp, we swallow. Get that cookie, especially if you are trying to do better. This may sound crazy, but if you're trying to do better, take 1 cookie, take 2, whatever the serving is on the pack, half the serving, do half of it. And if you want to just go for it, do the whole serving, but eat it slowly. Eat it slowly and savor the flavor, okay? Listen to this. Savor the flavor. That is what you like. Once that cookie goes down, or once any food goes down, are we enjoying it anymore? We're enjoying it when it's in our mouths, right? On those taste buds. So hold that cookie a little bit in your mouth. You don't have to let it get, because somebody's going to use that excuse. I don't want no soggy cookie. You don't have to let it get soggy. Hold it in your mouth for a few seconds. Don't just bite and chomp. Hold it in your mouth for a few seconds. And you'll even start to want to hold it for a minute. And then chew. And then swallow. And do each bite like that. And like I said, if a serving is 3 cookies, do 2. If a serving is 4 cookies, do 2 cookies. And if you said, I got to give me a serving at least. Get your 4 cookies, but eat them slowly. You just want to savor the flavor. That's what it's all about. I promise you, your body is, your tongue, your taste buds, that's what enjoys the food. Once you swallow it, hey, it's gone, waiting to come out later on, okay? Jill says, right now I'm craving some ice cream and no dang, no darn well I don't need any of that. Ugh. I know, Jill. It can be hard. It can be hard. Look, it's like I always say, most things are easier said than done. When it comes to trying to eat right, exercise consistently, do things consistently, it's easier said than done. But there are some things, some ways you have to kind of think about it. It's like, okay, this will be better for me. And then sometimes, hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes you be like, okay, this will be better for me. But I'm about to eat this whole pack of cookies. Then you gotta what? You showed out, right? You showed out. So now you gotta hold, you gotta restrain, you gotta keep something from yourself for a long time after you get done showing out. Jill says, yup, I just stuffed some carrots in my mouth. That's my sweets for today. Yeah. And look at that. You're eating carrots, you're getting beta carotene, you're getting antioxidants, they're good for your eyes. You gotta start thinking about things in other ways. Like if you wear glasses, if you don't wear glasses, if you're getting a little bit older, if you're young people, they want to keep their eyes strong too. Think of carrots as you got that orange, you got that beta carotene in there. It's healthy. You got the antioxidants, healthy. You know, those free radicals in there, healthy. Good for your eyes, healthy. And carrots don't taste bad. Carrots taste good. And if you don't enjoy the long Bugs Bunny type carrot, get you some of the baby carrots, okay? Get you some of those baby carrots. They're good. But girl, yeah, you'll sit there. And I've never been one to just like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I saw a content creator stick 6 cookies in her mouth. And I was like, not at one time, y'all, but it was so back to back. It was within 5 minutes. I was like, I felt shame for her. I was like, what in the whole, like, that is not cute. That is not funny. And if you think that you're shocking the people who are watching, you're doing bad for yourself. Like you're doing bad for yourself. That was like not really logical. That was not reasonable. That was just, you really told us what you really do. And it wasn't good. And wasn't willing to listen to anybody say otherwise. You know, you can give your advice and you can give encouragement and you can tell people things. But if they aren't ready to receive it, then they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. Be right back. That's boss calling. Okay, G, I got you. They don't want to hear it. And we're all like that. If it's something that we're not ready to receive, we don't want to hear it, right? We don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear things we aren't ready to receive. We don't want to hear things we aren't ready to receive. Some things you're ready to receive, so when people tell you those things or they encourage you or they advise you, you're cool with it. You know, you try to receive it. Doesn't mean you're going to be on the straight and narrow. No, it doesn't. But it means you're ready to receive it. You know it. You have a little bit more knowledge. It may be something you've already known. They may not even be schooling you on anything. But it's just hearing it from another person, another person's perspective, another person's viewpoint. You know, sometimes that helps us to get ourselves in line with the things that we know that we need to do. Hearing things from other people can sometimes help you get in line with the things that you know that you need to do. And that's it, and that's all. At the end of the day, it's still about whether or not you're going to do it, right? Right. You still have to be ready to do it, make that improvement, okay? Or stop doing that thing that's not such a good vice that you do. So it's still going to be up to you. But sometimes it is nice hearing it from a different perspective, another point of view, you know, and things like that. Things like that. And it's like, it's so funny because it's good to hear good things from people. But at the end of the day, you got to be careful too when you're listening to people. Because sometimes people are telling you things and they aren't telling you for your own good, right? Sometimes they aren't telling you for your own good. Sometimes people are telling you things, and when you sit down and really think about what they said and evaluate the situation that you were talking about, sometimes you have to question what people are telling you. So always do that. Always question what people are telling you. If it doesn't feel right and it doesn't sound quite right, question it. Question it. Question it, question it, question it. People have goals, motives that aren't always so good, okay? That aren't always so good. So there's nothing wrong with questioning those goals. I mean, not those goals, but those motives. And I guess kind of be like questioning their goals. Because sometimes people have goals as relate to other people. Those goals can be good. Those goals can be bad, right? You may have somebody that you're at work with, right? And they know that you're seeking a promotion or you're trying to do this and you're trying to do that. And they act like they're helping you. They're part of your team at work. They act like they're helping you. but they know that you're going for that promotion. You know, they know that you want to be moved to a different area and you have to do so good in order to be moved. And they tell you that they're helping you. And deep down inside, and not so deep, their actions may be showing otherwise, right? So their goal is to hurt you. Their goal is to harm you. Maybe not physically, but their goal is to harm you. They don't want to help you get that promotion. They don't want to help you move to the other area, to another department. They don't want to do that. You never know. They may have wanted to move to that department for the past year or so, and they haven't been able to do it. They may have wanted that promotion, and they haven't gotten it. Or they could even be 2 steps above you. But when you want to come up and be a step, and they're thinking, okay, once he or she gets that promotion, next they're coming for my position. And it's so funny because it could be enough room for several people in that position. But sometimes people will do all they can to knock you out of the running for that position. So you have to be careful with sharing your goals and sharing your aspirations with people. Sometimes you just got to put your head down and work. Put your head down and work. Or lift your head up and work. Either way. When I say put your head down, it means just get to it. Get to the grind. Okay? Grind. Sometimes you have to grind and work. You can't always let people know what your goals and aspirations are. If you want that raise, you know you have to do certain things within the company to get that raise. You want that promotion, or you just want that transfer. You can't always let your coworkers know that you want that transfer. And hopefully, because you got a lot of people that talk at work, right? They just yap, 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 run their mouths. Things are supposed to be confidential. That's why a lot of times at work, people don't like to tell their bosses, their supervisors, things, because as soon as they say it, it's supposed to be confidential, but the next thing you know, somebody on the other shift is talking about what your plans are, or they think that you're wanting to do this. They think they heard that you're going to do that. It's because either you trusted somebody and you told them, or you told your supervisor and they came and they ran their mouths, or they told another supervisor and they ran their mouths. So a lot of times you have to be really, really keep things close to the vest. You want a promotion, you want to transfer, you want to move to a different building, even something like that. Just get away from the group that you've been working with. Get some new friends, new co-workers, because most of us don't go to work to make friends. And that's one thing. A lot of people are going places to make friends. When you're going somewhere to make money for you and your family, it's okay to meet and make a friend at work, but most people aren't going to work to make friends. If it happens, it happens. But that's not the goal. The goal is to go to work and to help you to make the money that you need for your necessities, for your survival, for your family. We're not going to work to make friends. When you graduated high school, when you graduated college, you didn't have in mind, I'm going over here to work for company ABZ so I can make new friends. I'm going over here to work for ABZ so I can get up to get promoted to be around these people. No, you were going there to, first of all, especially when we're younger, to make a living. Then, of course, along the way, you may make friends, right? But don't let those friendships, those jobships, those type relationships interfere with what your goals are at work. Because your goals are always to do well so that you can make enough to take care of you and your family, right? So that you can have the things that you need and the things that you want, not to make friends. Sometimes your goal is to network. And some people think networking means making friends. No. Just like with the job, it's possible, it can happen, but networking doesn't mean making friends. Networking can mean to increase your business. Networking can mean you go into areas and you find out things that'll help your channel that you didn't know. You find out things that you're doing wrong on your channel or whatever social media platform that you're on. It doesn't mean that you go and carbon copy anybody, but you get nuggets and find out things that you may be doing wrong that you should change. You find out things that you may be doing that are okay, but you can do them in a different way and make things better. That's how work is. You're not there to make friends. You're not there to make friends. You're there to make sure that you can meet your necessities, your family's necessities. And secondly, your wants. Now, some people put wants before needs, but hey, if you need it, I think it should come before what you want, right? If it's something you need, it should come before something you want. That's the way I think about that. If it's something that you need, it should come before something that you want. And that's just like with exercise. You need to feel better. You want to feel better. You want to increase your stamina. You want to increase your endurance. You want to feel better when you walk around the mall. You want to feel better when you go on vacation. Exercise. If you don't at all, sometimes all it takes is an extra 2 days. Do it for a month. Exercise 2 days a week, whereas you haven't been exercising at all. Exercise 2 to 3 days a week for a month. Of course, that first week or two, you're going to be like, this ain't for me, or I don't want to do this. You might not even think it's not for you, but you might not want to do it, right? Just keep on. Just keep on. Do it for 10 to 15 minutes. Once that 10 minutes is gone by, again, think about something else. A lot of times 5 minutes passes like that. When you're doing something, 5 minutes passes so fast. So if you've been walking for 10 minutes and you're trying to increase it by 5, just get up or walk back home or wherever you are. Just think 5, strive for 5. Just think 5 more minutes. On that second week, you did 10 minutes the first week, just think 5. If you're at the gym, they got TVs up. Just watch TV. Don't focus on the numbers on the machine. Just watch the news. Watch whatever they have the TV on. Most of the gyms have TVs going across the wall. Watch the TV. It's been 10 minutes and you see a news story, a breaking news story. By the time they get done with that breaking news story, 2 to 3 minutes have passed. Then you only got a minute or two. Got a minute or two to go, right? A minute or 2 to go. So you've added an extra 5. So when you go back to work out for your second day that week, get you 15 minutes in. Just slowly, gradually increase it, okay? Until you hit 30 minutes, 5 days a week. And there's nothing wrong with it being 7 days a week, as long as it's okay with you and your healthcare provider. You and your primary healthcare provider. Definitely your primary. That primary is primary for a reason, okay? Your primary healthcare provider. He should, and the specialty doctors, they're going to have a relationship. Because your primary healthcare provider may be telling you something that your specialty doctor is saying no. Your specialty doctor may be saying something, and even though he specializes, your primary doctor may be like, well, why not? Let them discuss it, okay? Let them discuss it. But you're going to listen to both of them. And then it's going to be up to you, the three of you guys, to make the decision. And at the end of the day, like I always say, it boils down to how you feel. How you feel. It always boils down to how you feel. So it has been an hour, y'all. It's been an hour that we have walked and talked in Lions Pride. And remember, if you can walk and talk, that's great. That is why my channel is Let's Walk and Talk. Because we're going to talk. We're going to network. And sometimes, depends on who comes in here. If nobody comes in, we're just walking. I might talk a little bit. But the most important part is the walking. Right? The walking. So if you can walk and talk, that's great. If you get a little winded, like I said, we'll all get winded sometimes. But if it's too much for you, you don't feel right, you feel a little funny, stop talking. Stop talking and just walk. If you still, you may have to just slow down and or stop. Whether it's the walking or the walking and the talking. You know what works for you, right? So when it gets to be too much, you want to work your body, but make sure you don't hurt your body. If it gets to be too much, slow down and or stop. Okay? And even the next day, if you felt like, well, when I did that 20 minutes, that was a bit much. We can backtrack. There's nothing wrong with backtracking. Go back to 15, right? Go back to 10 or 15. There's nothing wrong with that. You got to figure out what works for you and build from there. Build from there. Sometimes one person's build up may be a little bit slower than the next person's build up. Instead of going from 15 to 20, you may have to go from 15 to 17. And your neighbor may go 15 to 20. Then you go 17 to 20. Or your neighbor may be 20 to 30. That's okay. You go at your own pace. You go at your own pace. Okay, you're in your own space, so go at your own pace. All right? So guys, make sure that you always remember, don't let bother people bother you. Don't you bother anybody. See, we have to have some accountability, okay? Because some people like to bother people. So when I say that, if you come across this live or if you come across the replay, don't let bothered people bother you, but make sure you don't bother anybody in the wrong way. If you want to bother somebody and tap them on the shoulder and say, hey, don't do all that, Maybe you need to cut back. That's fine. But don't don't bother them in the wrong way. Okay? If you're going to be a nuisance, be a good nuisance, not a bad one. Okay? Don't let stressed people stress you out. Because sometimes people can be stressed and they'll end up stressing you out. You ever been having a conversation with a friend or a family member and you guys are talking about something? Or they ask you something and you're trying to explain something to them, and it's for some reason they're just not getting it. You start to become more stressed out about it than they do because you're trying to explain, right? And sometimes that can be intentional. So that's why I said don't let stress people stress you out. But a lot of times it may not be intentional, right? So don't let bother people bother you. Don't you bother anybody. Don't let stress people stress you out. Try your best not to be a stressor to anybody, right? We have enough stress in the world. We have enough stress. People have enough stress during the day. Stressors that they deal with, right? So try not to stress people out. Try not to become overly stressed yourself first and foremost. You want to be there for your family. Of course, you're going to have kids got stuff going on, maybe parents, maybe siblings, good friends. You're going to have some stressors. You got bills. A bill is a stress. I'm telling you right now, if you go out to your mailbox and you open a letter and it's a bill, it may not stress you out, but you're going to be like, oh, you're going to roll your eyes, So just think, if you did that, think about it. You open that envelope and you got a bill. Think of it. What if it's 5 of them, right? You're going to be a little bit more stressed. You're like, dang, why all these had to come in one day? So don't let stress people stress you out. And don't stress yourself. Try not to overly stress yourself out, right? And wherever you go, whether it's on social media, whether it's at work, whether it's at church, whether it's in the grocery store, whether it's at Walmart, whether it's at Target, if you find yourself in the midst or in the company of misery, grab your grip and go. All right? Leave that lounge. That's just a lounge. It's like that lounge that looks so nice to you at first. It's got TVs on the wall, just like at the gym or something like that, just like at the bar. They got nuts and mints, and they got drinks. They got finger foods. They got all kinds of stuff. You sitting down, you kick your feet up, and the next thing you know, it's chaos going on. Right? Chaos. So if you find yourself in a misery lounge, leave that misery lounge and go back to your place, your lounge, your spot. It may not be happy all the time, but look, you control the environment. You control the environment. If someone comes into your environment and they are stressing you out, ask them to leave. Tell them to kindly leave. And maybe not so kindly. They need to leave. You're in your place. You don't need to be stressed out. You don't need to be miserable because somebody else is miserable. And a lot of times people aren't really miserable, but they like to see other people miserable, right? So if you ever find yourself in a miserable lounge, a miserable spot, a miserable place, a miserable channel, a miserable chat, a miserable whatever, miserable grocery store, you guys, some people will literally leave their stuff in the buggy because they get so frustrated and go to another grocery store. So that's how you have to be when it comes to being around certain people or certain things. If it becomes that much of a stress, you got to GYGAG, grab your grip and go. Okay? Grab your grip and go. So you guys remember, I think of my exercise as a meal. All right? My warm-up is my appetizer. My workout is my entree. My cool down is my dessert. I might come back on here later and do another cool down, have another dessert with you guys. I don't know. I might not because we've been on an hour. But always remember, you want a what? Radar. When I say radar, what do I mean? Your R is stretching. Your A is your warm-up. Your D is your workout. Your A is your cool down. And your R is your stretching. Stretch before and after. If you need to, stretch anywhere in between. Okay? Stretching goes a long way. Stretching helps to get your muscles and your joints prepared to work. All right? The stretching helps get your body prepared to work. The warm-up helps get your body prepared to work. The stretching, which is a part of the warm-up, they get your body prepared to work. You work out, and then you start to unwind and wind down. It's called that cool down, getting that heart rate back down to normal. All right, getting those vitals back down to normal. And you stretch again, and you're done. All right, just set out a time for it. Think 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. No, chop it up into times. Chop it up into times. 5 minutes for that. Those stretches, just think 3 minutes of stretching. Some people actually do stretch for like 5 minutes. Okay, another 5 minutes you're warming up. That's 10, right? And if you're just starting, maybe you only want to work out for 10 minutes. That's 20 minutes. All right. Then you want to cool down for 5 minutes and then stretch for another 5. Think of it that way. Break it up, chop it up, chop it up, chop it up. However it works for you. All right. So thank you guys for coming in. I wish you all, as always, peace, positivity, and prosperity. Okay, because what? Without peace, there's chaos. And without positivity, there's negativity. Wherever chaos and negativity live and breed together, you fail to prosper to your fullest potential. It's not that you won't prosper, but just think about it. If you're in the midst of chaos and negativity, you won't prosper to your fullest potential. So if you find yourself in those places, remove yourself from those places. If you find people that come into your spot, your place, your lounge, your home, like that, put them out. Put them out. Go back to your ecosystem. Make sure that all things are equal in your ecosystem, okay? Make sure all things are equal in your ecosystem. As equal as you can have them. All right? You want a nice equilibrium. You want a nice equilibrium. You want a nice equilibrium. Right? Right. You don't want something upsetting the balance of things that's not really necessary. You don't want anything upsetting the balance of your place that's not necessary, because it's going to cause chaos. And what's that chaos going to look like? It's going to look like stress. It's going to look like being off. It's going to look like being mad. It's going to look like being confused. It's going to look like what? So get your stuff. If things become uneven and unequal, sometimes you got to put some stuff out. You got to put some people out. You got to do whatever you got to do, just like you have to leave. Sometimes people got to put you out. Okay? You got to leave. But most of us are going to have the discernment to leave without being put out. Right? Most of us should have the discernment to leave without being put out. So on that note, I'm going to see you guys on the next Let's Walk and Talk live in Lions Pride. Check out the shorts table. Check out the rain videos. Check out the ocean sounds. Just check out the shorts in general. There are a variety. And check out the live replay. Leave a comment if you would like. Okay? Leave a comment. I would appreciate it. And again, join us on the next Let's Walk and Talk in Lions Pride. Let's Walk and Talk in Lions Pride. Let's Walk and Talk in Lions Pride. That's what we do over here. We walk and we talk. We walk and talk so much that we named that our channel. Let's Walk and Talk. Bye, y'all.